Cool. Hi, my name is John Brands. I'm originally from the Netherlands, but I reside in Australia.
Wonderful. And how did you find out about DC law offices?
Sooner? No.
When I actually entered the DV program and won it, which was amazing. I mean, I made top 100,000 out of 10 million, which is a top 1% chance. I was actually referred on to DCLO, and of course, I grabbed that chance and went with it.
Wonderful. So can you tell me a little bit about your like thoughts and feelings when you first found out about that you were a green card lottery winner?
Well, it was really funny. I mean, I was actually at the movies with my housemate at the time, and he was in the same lottery. And,
oh, yeah?
And I got the phone call as the previews of the movies were on, and of course, I stepped out of the movie, saw a block number calling me, and usually I know that's important because it could be my boss in the States or a client in Australia. So I took the call, and I was told by a lady that I'd actually won and that I'd moved on to the next round, made top 1%. So... Wow. I kind of, did a scream of excitement in the middle of the theater, people looking at me, and well, I don't care. I pretty much said to my friend, this is how we Americans do it, so it's really funny. There I just started the process, immediately got onto the paperwork, onto DCLO, got appointed to a lady in the office. Her name was Tamara, and it was really funny because my sister's name is Tamara, so I was like, okay, this is a good sign. Right. And eventually I moved on to Mr. Rosenthal, Michael Rosenthal, who is, amazing at what he does. He's in my testimonial that I wrote for him, I said, he's a legend at what he does, and, DCLO should do whatever it takes to keep him, so...
Well, wonderful. That's great. Did you know about the application procedures when you started?
Well, actually, I didn't. It was a bit of a surprise because I kind of thought, okay, I entered the lottery and I win and then I get my green card. But I knew that obviously there would be some paperwork. It's not like they're going to be like, oh, you won. Here's a card with your name on it. But the process was a lot more intense than I thought it would be. And like I said before, like without somebody guiding me through it, like, Michael at DCLO, it would have been so much harder. And, like I said in my written testimonial, the fee that I paid is just small compared to what I can realize now. And because of his help, it made the process 10 times easier.
That's great. Now, you talked about Tamara. She must have been your client care coordinator, right?
Yes, I can't remember her last name at the moment, but yeah, she started out with me and eventually appointed me to Mr. Rosenthal.
And did you have a good impression from her when you started? You said she has the same name as your sister, but it was a good relationship.
It was short and sweet because I'm pretty sure that within 6 days or 5 days to a week, I was pretty much moved to Michael, and from there on, he basically took care of it.
Could you tell us a little bit about the process that you went through? Was it complicated or straightforward?
The process itself, it was not easy. I mean, you definitely want to take a couple hours and sit down and really, you got to go into the trenches and take some time out to do this. With the amazing help from the people at DCLO, the process was made a lot easier. Once I provided them with the information, they filled out all the forms for me. They made everything look, pristine, pretty nice, just easy for somebody that would have to process the application to make it easy for them to make it, I don't want to say fun, but just like make it as easy as possible so that it's easier for them to say yes. I mean, my forms always looked immaculate. Everything was typed up, no type errors. We triple-checked the triple-check. And it was just, it was really working with high-quality people and, high-quality information, high-quality everything. So, yeah.
Was there something challenging about filling out the documents or submitting to the KCC? Did you find any issues or any challenges in that?
It was definitely a lot of paperwork. Like, I pretty much, as soon as I graduated high school, decided that, traditional education is great, but not for me. So, I was pretty much done with books and tests when I was 18. So, to have to go through that paperwork, I mean, it wasn't extremely hard, but it did take a lot of time, and the information that you have to go through pretty detailed. My case was very interesting because even though I'm a Dutch citizen, I was born in Brazil, and I had to prove through my paperwork and with the help of Michael, I was able to do that. That yes, the building that I was born in was in Brazil, but my mother and father are both Dutch. They've registered me as a Dutch citizen. I've always been a Dutch citizen. So I had to prove all that. I had to pull a lot of strings to dive back in time 20 years, because not only I had to do that, but my parents had to do it as well to prove that, hey, he is who he says he is, and there's nothing Brazilian about him other than his love for the soccer club. That's about it.
Right. How long did you wait for your interview date? Was there a long wait for you?
It's been a while since it's happened, so I can't really remember exactly. All I know is that I basically got a call to go to Sydney. I back then lived in Queensland, which is about 600 miles north, so I had to take a flight to Sydney and go to the consulate in Sydney. And it was really interesting. I mean, it was harder to get into the building and up to the top floor than actually going through the interview. The interview took seriously 5 minutes. The lady that helped me was phenomenal. She, because all the paperwork was prepared professionally by DCLO, it made her life easy, and it definitely made my life easy. So, and it was actually really funny as I was there for my interview, which actually just happens with a glass wall in between you. You come up to a counter, they ask you a couple of questions. One of my good friends that I've had for years, that I met through my work with Tony Robbins, was there to renew her passport, and she's an American, so she was there to kind of celebrate with me when I actually got my green card, my label.
Wow. Was there a challenging part for getting ready for the interview, or did everything kind of go smoothly?
Well, everything went really smoothly because Michael prepared me. Like, I guess a metaphor would be like, I was getting ready for a fight, and he was in my corner just saying the right things, getting me ready, getting my strategy ready. And, of course, I was nervous because, it's a big deal. It's a big thing. I mean, what if you say the wrong thing, or what if you don't say the right thing? It could be something as easy as that, and to me it was just, because he prepared me. I mean, we spent like at least a good hour and a half on the phone from memory, just getting ready. This is what they're going to ask you. This is what you can say. This is what they're going to ask you. Just be prepared for that. So it was really good. Like, I mean, money well spent.
All right. Well, listen, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, and I will be in touch with you soon to let you know about like where this video ends up.
Cool. No worries. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.